Allah, YaHWeH. Praise YaHWeH. Now for the blowing of the shofar.
Now for the blowing of the shofar. Allah, YaHWeH. All praise be unto YaHWeH. Glory. We glorify your name, YaHWeH. We magnify your name, YaHWeH. We pay homage unto you, YaHWeH, this day. For you are worthy to be praised. For you are Abba. For the Shamayim and Eretz. For you are Aleph and you are Tav. You are beginning and end. And we praise you this day. For your worthy. Kevod. Kevod. Kevod, 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 YaHWeH, YaHWeH, Shaddai. Give all praise, give all honor unto YaHWeH. YaHWeH, for he's worthy to be praised according to Psalm 68 and verse 4. Call him by his name. YaHWeH. Let us glorify. And let us give praise. For the eretz is YaHWeH and the fullness thereof. As you see the entitlement, overstanding the rebirthing process of YaHWeH. That takes mentality. That takes the mind to overstand the rebirthing process of YaHWeH. It is not flesh that shall stand before YaHWeH in the day of judgment. It is the soul, it is the soul that shall stand before YaHWeH in that day. Oh, we give all praise. We give all praise unto you, YaHWeH. For you're worthy. You're worthy. You're worthy. Sometimes, y'all, we get caught up in our own. We get caught up in our own rigmarole. We get caught up in our own words. We get caught up in our own theology, our own study, and our own manipulation of scripture. But YaHWeH, I thank you for the spirit of the leather this day. This Yom. And I thank you, YaHWeH, for your Yom Teruah that approaches us. This 8th day of September, YaHWeH, will be the observance of your Yom Teruah, YaHWeH. As we move into your Yom Kippur, and as we fast and abruptly move into thy feast of booths, thy feast of tabernacles, thy ingathering, YaHWeH. The folding up of your salvation plan for mankind. The salvation plan for mankind did not start at the cross. The salvation plan started for man at the cross. Then what did man do for the 5,000 years or the 4,000 years before the cross? It is asinine thinking to think that salvation came at the cross. Those that have studied and are unlearned, we understand that there was no cross, that there was a tree, according to the Bible. According to Yochanan, John 3 and 14. So shall the Son of Man be lifted up as Moshe lifted up the serpent in the wilderness. You go back and you look at how he lifted him up in the wilderness. How he lifted him up in the wilderness. Well, we must all go through a rebirthing process. I will agree with many. But you cannot change a seed. For the Bible said that YaHWeH have given one seed a body and another seed a body. And those seeds may look alike. They begin to differ when they begin to spring forth from darkness. They begin to differ and they begin to be separated. There's an onion seed and an oak seed can be planted, and an onion seed will be fully matured in 6 weeks. But that acorn, that oak tree will take about 75 to 100 years. So as we follow and you go through the rebirthing process, let's look at Genesis chapter 3. And let's establish some things first. I'm going to address something briefly about head coverings. Y'all can follow me to real briefly head coverings. What is it? First Corinthians 15. Some of the stuff I thought we was through with, but I guess not. What is it? I don't forget what it is. What is it? What is the head cover? Corinthians what? It's Corinthians something. I'm just going to look at this. I think it's 16. So you got it back now? 1 Corinthians 11. 1 Corinthians 11. When you start dealing with the head cover, and this is quick, and I'm done with it. I know y'all don't expect these women to walk around over here with their head covered in this heat. Over here. With no sand, no sandstorms. We have to deal with culture. We have to deal with regions. With regions. Listen to what the Bible says. I'm just going to touch this. I would have you know that the head of every man is the Messiah. The head of every woman is the man. And the head is Messiah. The head is Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach. The head is the word, in other words. The head is the word. The head is the word of man. That's the governing body of man right now, the word. The blood is not a governing body because the blood does not teach you anything. The blood covers you from being when you are in an unlearned state. The blood does not teach us, or the blood does not instruct you on anything. Listen. Right here in this verse, we see that this has nothing to do with carnality. This deals only with spirituality. Okay, when we get over here in verse 14, doeth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him, but if a woman have long hair, listen. Verse 16, if any man seem to be contentious, we have no such custom. Now, let me tell you what the custom was. If you were in Hebrew, we had something called the 10 Commandments. We had 613 laws. We had 613 ordinances, statutes. You understand me? The reason why he said it's not in our custom because homosexuals were not found in Israel. If they were found in Israel, they would do them like they did witches. They would stone them to death. If we found anybody that dealt with familiar spirits, a decree went out once that the decree went out by Saul, King Saul, to destroy witches. So if there was homosexuality, which is a doorway for pedophilia and a doorway for a whole bunch of other things, which a lot of other sin is also, it is a gateway into darkness. It is a gateway into negative energy, into negative forces, which we have built up and we have made them armies and we have made them kingdoms. And that's something we have made the opposition have a kingdom. But the reason why he said we have no soul custom because, look, we was killing people. I'm not going to tell y'all that, but I'm going to tell y'all that, listen, you couldn't grow your hair long if you was a man because you cut your hair. Well, Shalom is saying, listen, we didn't deal with it at all. So it really didn't matter about the hair because we have law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances. So it was in our culture because custom is another way of saying culture. So in our culture, we stone homosexuals to death. We stone them. They were not permitted to be amongst the tribes of Israel. For the Bible even said that it is abomination and other things are an abomination. But I'm dealing with this head covering because this head covering issue was the issue of homosexuality because you know the Greeks were big on homosexuality if you study anything about the Greeks. They were big on beastology. So with that said, I'm done with all you. You never find this culture in Torah. You don't find all the Tanakh. There's no way you can find about covering your head in the Torah or the Tanakh. Being all covered up and you can't see nothing but your eyes. If that's something that you want your wife to do, then you do that. If that's something you want your girlfriend or somebody you betrothed to, well, y'all, that's y'all business. For y'all to do that, but stop pushing. Stop pushing this stuff. Y'all want to do something, take back the land. Yeah. Instead of trying to take these women mind. Instead of trying to break these women down to the last and the lowest denomination beneath you, and then when she got her head hung down low looking crazy, then you ask her, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? You, what's wrong? Oh, something wrong with her. No, something wrong with you, man of y'all. When you're not building up your whole entire house, that's the problem. That's the problem now. You got people who houses out of order, but they still moving in y'all. They still moving in y'all. Their house out of order, they still moving in y'all. Since you want to deal with scripture, since you want to go about the head covering, how many of y'all preaching and teaching in your house out of order? How many of y'all doing that? So if you're going to start dotting I's and crossing T's with that crazy woman you married, that's what you're going around telling people, that crazy man that you married, or you got children from, let's do a check and balance. I'm sick of what's going on amongst us. Makes no sense. Let us look at Genesis 3 and 4. That was for free. That was for free. Yeah, they got stoned to death. And I'll tell anybody, yeah, that was my custom. That was my custom. And we stayed pure. And we stayed set apart. It couldn't be no homosexuals. No. Couldn't be no pedophiles. No. It couldn't be no adulterers. No. It couldn't be no fornicators. No. It couldn't be none of that. And I'm glad to be, and I'm thankful to be a part of that culture. Now, I don't care what y'all belief system is, that you get another chance, another chance, another chance. Yeah, you get another chance and another chance to let that virus grow. And to let that virus get bigger and bigger and bigger, like we killing ourselves on the street out here. And now you don't know how to stop it. Ooh, it's a shame how they, and listen to what they say. It's a shame how they. No, it's we. People the same skin color I am. It's a shame how we kill each other, not they. How your children and my children, your grandchildren are out of control. I wonder why. Because the blood that y'all so want to cover them in can't teach them anything. I'd rather let her teach it and the word be my children covering. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when the blood has to be rationed out, the blood was only rationed out because the people were not fit for that death angel to pass through the land. Because we were unrighteous just like the Egyptians were unrighteous. So the blood was the only thing that stopped them from coming in and killing our firstborn, the Hebrews. Because we was just as filthy as they were. So we got to raise the standard, people. I just had to address that there because the things that are being spoken of, they are taken away from what YaHWeH is doing. You're not adding to because it's an argument. Anytime you add, then there must be agreement. Y'all been arguing about the same thing for over 50 to 67 years. You put a cup, a little something on your head that protect you. Really? Well, if this here protect you, your head, then what you going to protect your body with? Oh, the head protect the whole body. But why y'all wearing kufis and y'all still screwing everything in your congregation? Since you wearing the head, and you know who you are. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all moving through the ranks. Y'all moving through people. You're screwing this woman, that woman. Now, if the head covering is doing all that, then see stuff y'all make stuff up as y'all go. And that's why I can't roll. That's why I deal with spirituality. Because y'all carnality had y'all hooping and hollering and raving and talking about the 12 tribes chart, which is a fraud. Talking about we the people. Man, listen. If we don't go through a rebirthing process of YaHWeH, all mankind, it's one and done. We through dealing. I don't care if you're Protestant. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are. There's a lot of arguments I don't argue, but listen, overstanding the birthing process of YaHWeH. Genesis 3 and 4. And I'm going to hit, yes, and I'm just going to hit scripture, verses. I'm just going to hit verses. Because anybody that I have been walking with, or that is affiliated, that is accustomed to these videos, then they know the teaching. They know the teaching. They know I'm coming straight from the book. I ain't coming off the hip. I'm coming straight from the book. And the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die. Now, let's deal with this serpent thing. I'm sick of you with the devil. I'm sick of you with the serpent. Listen, when you start looking at the anatomy, I want y'all to look at your spinal cord, and I want y'all to look to where your spinal cord connects up into your equilibrium, your mind, your brain, where your pineal gland is. Listen, the serpent is no more than a thought. Now, I'm gonna give y'all an example. If I go to Jeremiah right now, and I start reading Jeremiah is gonna say, and the word came unto me saying. This is the same thing, but since it is a word of disobedience, the Bible can't say the word. So they're going to give it a name. So they say serpent because the serpent is cunning. So what they're saying is the disobedience and the negative energy that we produce is cunning. So it's saying that the word and the word said unto the woman, which is a word that we are able to produce because we are able to obey or disobey. We are able to think we are able to think, is there another way to get to California besides walking? Oh, I can fly to California. So let's make a plane to fly so we ain't got to walk. Is there another way to get to California besides flying? Oh, let's make a train, because I don't like flying. Is there another way to get to California, because I don't like the train? That's all it is, people. You put too much emphasis on things that do not build you spiritually and things that have nothing to do with your salvation. Listen to the book. The serpent is the thought of mankind, obedient or disobedient. Obedient thought would be the word of Yah came unto me saying. Disobedient thought would be the serpent came unto me saying. It's a thought process, people, that happens inside of you and not outside of you. So if it's the serpent, well, how did the serpent get in your head? How does the serpent speak to you? Since y'all believe in the serpent and the devil, how does the devil speak to you? He got a voice, he talking to you. Some of this stuff y'all need to answer for yourself. Because a lot of this stuff, man, come out of Christianity. This stuff come out of Christianity, and you're not going to be able to go through the rebirthing process of YaHWeH according to this Bible. And I'm going to give you a portion of it today, because this is Bible. This ain't my belief. This ain't what I think. This ain't what I want to say. This is what I gotta say, because this is what the book says. Listen to the book. I want y'all to turn to 2. I want y'all to turn to 2 and 17 now. Turn back, go back. I want to show you something. Now we're going to deal with trees. I'm going to deal with a tree. I'm going to deal with tree. Okay? 2 and 7. Listen to the book. 2 and 16, 2 and 17. But the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Come on now. Where is the tree of knowledge located? Y'all want to put the tree of knowledge in a garden. Y'all want to put it in a physical garden. Y'all don't want to put it in a man. Y'all don't want to take the 4 main vital organs of a man. Y'all don't want to take the 4 vital organs of a man. Y'all don't want to take those. So we like fairy tales, we like stories. I notice people like stories. They like fairy tales, they like stories. So listen to the book. But the tree of knowledge of good. So where is this tree today? This tree is inside you. Don't you have an ability to do good or evil? Or do you got to go pluck off a tree? You got to go to a tree and get evil, or you got to go to a tree and get good? I'm finna bring a home. Look, the Ruach gonna hit a home run. A grand slam. Baby loaded, people. Thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. But let's do something. Let's read 16. And YaHWeH commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest eat freely, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Is good and evil on the same tree? Or are these 2 different trees? It's a lot of questions you need to ask. It's a lot of questions that y'all need to ask yourself. Because y'all ain't going to believe me if I tell you nowhere. You ain't going to believe me. For in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. Let's look at 1 and 29. 1 and 29. Genesis. Bereshit. Genesis. And YaHWeH said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed. All right, y'all done gave us every herb bearing seed. I'm finna bring it back to the tree. Which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree, and which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. Now, what it just gave you was a blueprint that everything comes from a seed. First, you have a seed. First, we come from a seed. Your daddy plants a sperm in your mother, a seed. And that seed goes to the egg and it begins to produce a root system. A root system in the womb of a woman. That root system that produces in a woman, it begins to stem out, which is a trunk system. The trunk system does what? The trunk system carries life and carries vital information. But it does not do it alone. For the stem, the trunk, is connected to the leaves. The leaves represent the placenta of a woman. The placenta is how the child is nourished, how the child is taken care of. The leaves is how a tree is taken care of. It takes the sunlight and it takes the water that the trunk gets, and it takes the sunlight, and it goes through a process called photosynthesis, producing sugar, producing different things for the environment and for the tree also. I want y'all to stay with me as close as possible today. Because the first thing we have is a seed that must die. A seed cannot live unless it dies. So death is required in mankind. Although I am born, I am required to die. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. I am required to undergo a second death. The first death, I'm required to undergo, because that sperm had to die. That sperm had to die when conception was made. That sperm had to die, and now life is formed. So then after I go through my 40 weeks, so you went through your 49, after I birth, I have to die again. Second, we have a trunk or stem. Third, we have the branches. And the branches is branches what? It branches from what? It branches from your mama and your daddy, and it branches from their mentality. It branches from their mentality. When you're a child, you're picking up vital information from those that birth you. Whether it's negative or positive. Because I'm going to show y'all devil. I'm going to show y'all demons, whatever you call it. I'm going to show you your struggle and what you're struggling with. Because this stuff cannot be easily shaken with a prayer. Not when you have gone 18 to 20 years or 30 years before coming to the truth. You live 30 years, you live 20 years under the mentality of your mama and your daddy. No, you didn't have your own mentality. No, remember when you turned 18, you was trying to figure it out. That's why you had baby from that woman, man, that you weren't married, because you were trying to figure life out. You didn't know how life went. That's why you lived shacked up. That's why you committed adultery. That's why you committed fornication. Because you were doing the thing that you saw done when you were growing up. So don't tell me about how conscious you are. conscious I am. What I deal with is my rearing. I deal with my bringing. No matter how good my mom and dad thought they raised me outside of the covenant of YaHWeH.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now they did their best, but they raised me outside the covenant of YaHWeH. And if you were raised inside the covenant of YaHWeH, you have no excuse other than you wanted to go do as the nations, as the goyim. All vines or trees have a root system with an elongated stem or trunk supporting the branches, and leaves, which represent the placenta, the acid leaves, which form the crown at the head of man. See that there at the top of that tree with those leaves, that's called a crown. It's called the crown. Flower, that's called the crown. The same thing we have. That's why I'm dealing with this tree, because y'all, he wants to deal with the tree. And I'm not even going in on the tree. I'm not even going in spiritually. I'm snipping. I'm just touching the surface. Because you cannot teach the spiritual things unto those who are called. There's no way. I'm not wasting my time. I'm not wasting my breath. I'm not wasting my air. So I'm going to give it to you to where I ain't deep and I ain't shallow. I'm giving you the word. Listen to the book. Listen to the book good. Verse 29, and YaHWeH said, behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed. I have given you every herb-bearing seed. YaHWeH placed that seed in man. YaHWeH placed that seed in man, that it will produce life. YaHWeH placed that egg in a woman. YaHWeH placed that ground in the woman. That woman's womb represents the earth. It represents darkness. So y'all always think darkness is bad. Darkness is not bad. It's the negative energy. See, YaHWeH called light out of darkness. It's not the darkness that's bad. See, there's life in darkness. There's life in the womb. A seed must be planted in darkness to come to the light. Y'all can hear what I'm saying? Because a lot of you that are Hebrews, you still have a Christian mindset, a westernized mindset. And you perceiving things that are hybrid. That's what Ruach gave me. Your thoughts are hybrid. You know, you're torn. You're torn between Christianity. You're torn between your culture. You're trying to figure out your culture, and you're trying to leave Christianity behind. But some things about Christianity, you just don't want to leave behind. You want to try to bring it with you in your culture. And if it's not found in your culture, then in that day, it should not be seen of, and it should not be heard of. Because one thing YaHWeH had to do, he had to go by the book. Because it's his word. It's his word. It's his word. Listen, what you saw, what you heard, the things you went through, the things happened to you as a child, they have affected your entire being. They have affected your entire life today. And if you do not know how to transfer negative into positive, your entire being and life will be a struggle, because you will always be trying to protect your mind from anything that opposes you. If anything rises up to oppose you or challenge you, then you get on the defensive. So if somebody brings forth something to you and you get on the defensive, then that must mean you have arrived. Because nothing anybody says outside of you can be correct. I love constructive criticism concerning me because I can't see how I move. I can't see how I walk. I can't see how I look from the back. Can you see how you look from the back? Can you see how you look from the back? See, you can't see how you look from the back. So when somebody tell you look jacked up from the back, I think you best believe, and I think you ought not to get mad because they telling you look jacked up from the back. Can you see yourself from the side? Can you see yourself from the front without a mirror? My wife told me this morning, she said, do like this here, brush your beard off. Why? Because I couldn't see myself from the front. Listen.
They gone.
Listen to the book. Don't focus on the message. Somebody tell you something, I say thank you. Now, if somebody say you sleeping with him, and that's a lie. But if somebody telling you something that they notice that you're changing your behavior, you change your mannerism, you change your regimen, and you say, no, I haven't. That's called, you know what? Denial. And anything that's in denial, YaHWeH cannot finish what he started. He can't finish what you in denial. That's going to nullify anything that YaHWeH is trying to do. That's going to nullify because denial is deceit and untruth. Because what you say there, I don't want to deal with the truth right now. I ain't dealing with the truth right now. I got enough going on in my life, so I don't want to deal with that. But bring it on. Because I might be able to deal with that before I deal with whatever else I got to deal with. That's why when I go out and women different than me, they be like, boy, you done look like you done gained a few pounds, but look like you done lost a few pounds. See, I gotta believe them. I gotta believe them because they looking at me from the front, the back, the side, up, down, no matter what I think. Show you what I'm talking about. A person tell you, boy, look like you gaining weight, but you building muscle. Muscle look big. So you might look like you putting on weight because the muscle is big. It's not always negative. We take things negative too much. We take things to heart too much. And the reason being is because of our mentality that we got from what? From that seed, from that root, from that trunk, that stem, and from the branches, because we branched out from who? No, you didn't branch out from no YaHWeH. You telling a lie. You didn't branch out from YaHWeH. You didn't branch out from God. You branched out from your mom and your daddy. Your mom and your daddy was your first teachers. That's why children worship Satan. That's why children worship what they worship, because they are branched from their mama and their daddy. And until they come into a place to where they come into a place of this overstanding, then they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle with the belief system that their mama and their grandmama and their great dad, that listen to me good. My grandmama was one of the best women in the world, had one husband in her life, never took another husband, never took another man. She worked her fingers to the bone, but she did not have the knowledge to raise me in the covenant, the total covenant. Some things she knew: you don't steal, don't kill, don't lie. So some of the things weren't grasping, but the totality of it, the Shabbat, the Sabbath day, the feast days, she didn't have that. And that's why we can place Psalms 44 and verse 20 on them. For if thou have forgotten thy name. Listen to the book. Let me finish reading this. The thing that you heard and the thing that you saw as a child Many of you should have not have seen those things. Many of the things that you went through as a child, many of you should not have gone through those things as a child. That's what one would say. But I will begin to tell you that your life is not your life. That your life is for the purposes of the testimony of YaHWeH. Your life is so you can let somebody else know that you can make it. Because if I made it, there were days when I didn't think that I could make it. There were days when I didn't think that I couldn't pull through. But one thing I never contemplated was suicide in my life. I thought that I may have died in the street, which is a form of suicide the way I was living once. You got your life confused because Christianity teaches you that your life belongs to you, and that out of the life that you have found out, Joel Osteen said, live your best life today. Now the life you found out, now all I got to do is give the Creator just a portion of my life. Not the totality of my life, but just enough. Just give him enough to make it in. Well, what is enough? Have anybody come and told you how much is enough to make it in? Listen. This tree, the seed that go in the ground, then it died. And then it died and it creates this web. It creates this web, this system of life. It creates it in the dark, in the darkness. And it stays in the darkness because if you bring it to the light, then the sun will kill it. Y'all better understand the greater light and the lesser light. The dark and the light. Because YaHWeH is trying to show you that the only thing that I did in the Garden of Eden was said that there was good and evil. Now somebody thought it would be wise to put a D on the front of evil and give y'all people the devil. Give y'all people Shaitan and give y'all people the serpent. And I know it's through the Bible. And I'm not going to mess with the integrity of the Bible. But what I am going to do, I'm going to deal with the Ruach HaKodesh, because the Ruach HaKodesh shall never lead me wrong. The reason why your life the way it is because you have given homage, you pay homage to something outside of YaHWeH. So since you acknowledge and you pay homage to something outside of YaHWeH, then it is able to afflict you mentally. So you got a whole bunch of people around you that's afflicted mentally. They have been turned over to their own reprobated minds and their own vile affection. And here you is in assembly. And you got all these people around you saying the devil this and devil that as a child and devil and Satan. So with all these people saying this, listen, the mind is a sponge. So anything you put around the brain long enough, it's going to go in the brain. That's how you come up with a whole bunch of the analogies and the sayings and the traits and the things that you have in your life. Listen, there's just me and YaHWeH. Ain't no in between. YaHWeH is his word. His word cannot return unto him void. There is nothing. When I go to YaHWeH in prayer, I go to YaHWeH, I come before you for this. This conversation is privileged information. There is nothing between you and I. We are God. We are one. No God don't talk about no devil. Now, y'all will hear me say some things because that's where you are. That's where you are in your faith. Like my wife said, I'm not putting no rug up under nobody because you might not be able to land on what I landed, because I landed on truth. When I began to deal with the man in the mirror and I began to deal with people that was around me, and people around me was triggering me to get a gun, to get it, because how they was living, because they was carrying guns, because they was carrying knives, because they was living foul, because they was living like heathens. So because I was raised in that type of environment, that community, I had to look as a heathen look. Oh yeah, or you got to get out. Or you get out. You got to get out. You got to get out. That's why when people make money, they move out. Y'all be like, why they move? Because y'all been breaking in their house. Y'all been doing stuff. Because we the biggest haters that hate ourselves. Talking about everybody else hate. I can't tell. We killing each other more than anybody killing us. Listen. This root system. I got to deal with this root system. Because now this root system is tightly and jointly fitted together. Now this root system, which is what? The root system is holy, undefiled, untainted. Because once the root system get tainted and defiled, you begin to see it in the tree. I can walk y'all outside and I can show y'all trees right now where the root system have been tainted. You'll start to see things happening in the tree, just like you. When your root system get tainted, your root system, your spine and all your nerves and everything that runs through your body, when they begin to get tainted, then you begin to notice in the people's body, they begin to lose the function. They begin to lose their motor skills in their hands and their arms and their legs and their mouth and their eyes. And we come up from that root system, we come up into the trunk, the stems out. And then after you stem, then you begin to branch. You begin to branch out. This is the whole process of you coming into the knowledge of knowing who and what Yahweh is and what he requires. It's a process. This is the rebirthing process of mankind, that you should let your light so shine, your leaves, your crown. And the branches, listen, the branches, what I love about the branches is, the branches is the support system that the fruit uses to be produced. Fruit comes off of the branches. So the fruit can't say to the branch, I don't need you. Branch can't say to the leaves, I don't need you. Leaves can't say to the trunk that I don't need you. Trunk can't say to the root system that I don't need you. And root system can't say to the seed, I don't need you, because it's tightly and jointly fitted together. That's why a man and a woman must have cohesiveness. They must have a strong cohesive. They must learn this behavior. When you've been through so many bad relationships, when you've been through so many failed relationships, or were they failed relationships? Because I'm trying to give y'all something. And I tell people all the time, man, drop your guards and don't look for nothing. People be talking about, oh, Red, don't look for nothing. Because whatever you give a person, it's up for me to keep my wife's love. My wife to lift her spirit back up. You understand? That's what you got to figure out. You have to begin to start figuring things out. This is a learned behavior. Learned behavior. So the relationships that you failed, I want you to take all the relationships that failed in life, put them into one big ball, throw it up against the wall, and you ought to have success for your relationship now. You ought to have success, because you ought to have a list of not to do's. Not to do, 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 not to do. And then that's when you'll begin to do things right. See, most people start trying to do things right. then what you're doing is you're inclining yourself, well, you're trying to think that they like this. But if you do what they don't like, then automatically you're doing what they do like. Do you get it? I'm trying to show you a little reversal, something that can help you in your relationship, because relationships are failing because people are worried about doing things right, are worried about what they should be doing, when what you should not be doing is what the person doesn't like. That's where learned behavior comes from. It's not even a compromise. Look, she don't like that, stop doing it. He don't like that, stop doing it. And if you can't be happy in what you had to stop doing, then that relationship ain't really what you wanted no way. Because if that was the relationship that you wanted, or the one you've been looking for, then you'll be willing to do anything inside of the covenant of Yah to keep that relationship going. I said the covenant of Yah. I ain't say anything. I ain't say rob no bank. I ain't say have threesomes. I ain't say do all that. I say inside of Yah. Listen to the book. I want y'all to turn to John 12 and 24. Let's do something. Let's look at something. Let's look at something. That's why relationship failing. Because y'all looking for signs. Let me tell y'all something. Whatever is birthed in deceit, it shall, will, and must die in truth. Whatever is birthed in deceit, it shall, and it will, and it must die in the truth. So I don't worry about you tricking me. You're going to trick me for so long. Trick me then. Go ahead. That's what you want to do. But the trick going to be on you. Because with tricksters, this is the thing I never understood. Because with a trickster, you wasting just as much of your time as you wasting my time. Because your time to dwindling over, you're getting older and older just like me. And when you take that approach, when a person shows you who they truly are, then you can only do what a conscious person can do. Move on. That's all you can do, is move on. And I'm telling y'all, before you get married, listen to the book, 12 and 24. Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a corn of wheat, a seed, fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. No YaHWeH. It abideth alone. No YaHWeH, no Abba, no higher power. It abideth alone. Listen. Why do you think people run into the church? Because they starting to feel alone in the world. The bad relationships, the abusive relationship, the verbal, the physical, the mental abuse, men and women are undergoing. So they begin to flock and run to the church because they're seeking to fill a void. They're seeking to be wholesome because they finally realize I'm alone. And I'm not supposed to be. Because every time I got with a man or woman, that didn't fix me. So you got to be fixed before you get married. Are you going to need a strong woman or a strong man on your side? You can't go into a marriage because everybody can't carry that weight, which is dead weight. Everybody can't carry that. Some people can. Some people built for it. See, in my mind, it's the load is not a problem. It's how you carry and how you manage the load. How you carry and how you manage the load. If you put all the weight in the wheelbarrow on the front, it's going to tip over. If you put all the weight on the wheelbarrow on the back, it's going to kill your back. But if you make that load level throughout that wheelbarrow, man, you better use that wheelbarrow all day. But I promise you, if you put all the weight in the back of a wheelbarrow all day long, you won't last all day long. I know. I've done it. You got to learn. This is what the book says. It says, unless it die, fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it's that devil I'm telling y'all about. Yeah. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. Yeah. You got to die. You got to die to your ego. You got to die to your flesh. You got to die to a whole lot of the mentality that you picked up from your mama and your daddy. I'm going to say it. You're going to have to die to a lot of the things you picked up. Because you got to remember, they were outside of the covenant trying to raise you. Trying to do the best that they could. Now the Bible tells me that I'm supposed to be in a place of reproof, reproach, and correction. So now I'm able to correct some of the things that my auntie and my grandmama taught me concerning Christianity. No, I don't throw all of it away, but I eat the meat and I spit out the bones. Because like I said, these were top-notch women. My grandmama only had one husband. My auntie only had one husband. Her sister only had one husband. My other auntie didn't have now husband. So I'm not saying that my grandmama didn't have great qualities, or my mama don't have great qualities. My mama couldn't teach me what she did not know. Right. So am I to attack her for what she did not know? No, I'm to correct that. So I can finally start teaching. See, I can take all the mishaps and all the things in my life and not be ashamed of those things, and take all those things and turn that negative into a positive. I told you earlier what I said. If you don't find a way to turn your negative into a positive, then you will always be in denial. You will always be under attack. You would think it's an attack because you're trying to protect your mind, because your mind has been under attack your entire life. Your entire life has been you just trying to keep your sanity. Yes, sir. So since now you are programmed with all these years of trying to keep your sanity, the first thing that's that comes under scrutiny is the mind. It's not an attack from the enemy. It's you regurgitating your upbringing. It's you regurgitating your childhood. Yeah. It's you regurgitating things that you have seen, heard, and been through. As a youth, that's what every one of us deal with. Now, you want to call that the devil, then call it the devil. See, I honor y'all. And I only can watch y'all. That's how I know the strongest weapon in your hands, the strongest weapon in the hands of people that are whatever they want to be called, is to boycott. Take back the land. You don't need guns. You ain't making no bullets. You want to take back the land, you got to do it economically. You got to buy it back. You got to buy it back. I'm going to show you how you know you got to buy it back. How many of us own Pizza Huts? How many of us own Papa John's? I'm going to say it this way. Is there a stagnating amount of us that own McDonald's, Burger Kings, KFC's, Walmart's, Food Lion, Food Giant, Safeways, whatever it is in your city? Is there an influx of Negroes, whatever y'all want to call yourself, Hebrew, their own businesses? That lets you know that that's what you should be doing. See, a lot of times, the thing that you're not doing shows you what you should be doing. When my studying gets slack and I'm not studying, that shows me that you should be studying, because that's not what I'm doing. If I'm not praying, then it inclines me to believe that, look, you should be praying more. You're not praying enough. Whatever it is in your life that you're not doing, then you are at a lack in that area. You are slacking. Put an S on the front of it. That's all they're doing is language. Lack. Put an S on the front of lack. What you get? You get slack. So when you slacking, let's remove the S. Now you're lacking. Once you start slacking in life, you start lacking in life. Can we say that? Can we say that? Listen to the book, verse 25. He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto eternal life. I tell you, life ain't yours. So if your life ain't yours, then where the devil come from? Because y'all cannot be tempted by the devil. Y'all cannot be tempted by evil. And then the Bible tells you, look, the only thing that was in that garden was good and evil, and the thought process of mankind. Man, stop it. Stop it with y'all devil, with y'all devolve. Stop it with y'all attacks and y'all assault. The reason why we got all this stuff in our body, want me to tell y'all why we got all this stuff in our body? Revealed unto me by the Ruach HaKodesh. The food that is being produced, it does not have all 72 minerals in it. Trace minerals. So now we have to take something called trace mineral, and I believe it's 72. These are old studies. I believe it's 72. So now we have to take something called trace minerals to try to put in our bodies what we're not getting. So you really think that YaHWeH would create us to where we would have to add something outside of food to be complete or whole? Now, I'm going to tell y'all what did happen. Because we do not prescribe around the world until the 7-year rest, where the earth needs to rest every 7 years, the earth is not able to produce your minerals in your food. So now what you're doing is you're GMOing, you're genetically modifying. So you really think that YaHWeH needs you to go and create food in the lab? Food without seed? When the life of the fruit is in the seed belongs to YaHWeH. Our food is why we have ulcers and heart murmurs and you're not drinking enough water, so now we got arthritis and we got we got all this stuff from the pesticides y'all putting on the food. All the stuff the fluoride that you got in the water, all this stuff. And it's simple. Let us look at 1 Corinthians, 1 verse. Food, that which thou sowest, is not made alive except it die. Now see, that's one of the things that Christianity teaches you. Christianity tells you that you have to die, that you got to be water baptized, water baptism, that you must be submerged in the water. Do as you will. Not in the Torah, not in the Tanakh. Do as you will, do what you want. And that's what you feel. But what this book is talking about is the 10 Commandments. Is what this book is talking about. See, listen, you gotta have something practical, people. You gotta have something practical for all of you, not hidden and take me with a revelation and then they got a revelation and then you got this revelation, then you're the only one with this revelation. How that work? How many people can I give the revelation to? Would it make more sense for the revelation to be in plain sight? Hear people talking about they revelation and they teaching and they this and you're right, that's yours. That's your teaching, that's your revelation. That's why people can't understand. You're going to get a few people, but you're not going to get the masses. Only YaHWeH going to get the masses. You're going to get a few people. And that's all a lot of people want, to feel like they are accomplished. Food that which thou sowest is not quick. Ain't y'all sowing yourself to y'all? It is not quicker except it die. What makes you die to this world? The 10 Commandments and the feast days. The 10 Commandments and the feast days make you die to the cares and the affairs of this life and this world. If not, y'all gonna be celebrating Labor Day, 4th of July, Christmas. Y'all gonna be celebrating all that stuff. Because you ain't dying. You're living your best life now. We must die to many of the mentalities of our parents. We must die to the mentality of many of our parents. Because their mentalities, they still stick with us. Their mannerisms stick with us. Their habits stick with us. And I work on perfecting my mannerisms to be only of YaHWeH. Now there may be some things that are similar, because those are going to be some of the areas where they were on point. You understand me? Those are going to be some of the areas where they were on point with the Creator. You're going to see similarities, or you're going to see likenesses. Alike. You're going to see things that are alike. Because I said they were not trying to be bad people. Listen, they could not do other than what they were taught, and they did not have this information that we have today. It wasn't a computer in my home. It was beepers and a house phone. The first system they made, I think it was a DOS system. It was just letters, looked like, y'all see with the letters and writing codes and that type of stuff. It was nothing like it is today. Nothing like it is today. Nothing like it is today. So we must understand that unless we fall to the ground, unless we fall on our knees, unless we fall prostrate and die under this life, under this world, and let YaHWeH, through the commandments, through the 10 Commandments, resurrect us. YaHWeH will resurrect you through his commandments, through his statutes, through his ordinances, through his judgments. He will correct you. See, what you got to understand, when the Bible starts talking about laws, you got moral laws, you got physical laws, you got judicial laws, you got all kinds of laws. Y'all see the word law, and through ignorance, oh yeah, see, law, see that law, man. Y'all go look up how many forms of law there are. Law of gravity, the law of seed time and harvest, there are laws, reap, being, and sowing. You shall reap what you sow. When you plant that corrupt harvest, you're going to reap a corrupt harvest. Come on, let us move. Listen, the feast days bring you into the true vine. Come on, let's go to Yochanan. Let's go to, let's see. Let's go to John chapter 15. Let's go to John chapter 15. Let's do it this way. Let the word do the work. Let's let the word do the work. Because I don't see it in my note. And then I'm gonna give you this. I am the true vine, YaHWeH, and my Father is the husbandman. What is the true vine? What is the true vine? Understand who I am. I am the true vine. Who? The Word. The Word of YaHWeH is the true vine. Listen, the scripture gonna let us know that the Word is the true vine. Watch it. Listen to the book. I am the true vine, the Word, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not forth fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, and that it may bring forth more fruit. Now ye are clean through what? Through the Word. So the Word is true. If the Word cleanse you, which I have spoken unto you, it's the Word and not the man. The Word is the true vine. Now, since the Word is the true vine, we understand that the feast days brings us into the salvation plan of YaHWeH. So the feast day brings us into the true vine, the Word. The feast days, and the feast days are the seed that develop into the root system of YaHWeH in your life. That's what the feast days, that's what the feast days do. They are the seed. The feast days are a seed that develop into a root, the root system of YaHWeH. Now, if you want, we can go to what? Romans 11, and Romans 11 gonna say the same thing. You need to be planted in his feast days to have a strong root system, center of gravity. Verse 4, abide in me. That's the synonym. Abide. That's the root system. Abide in me and I in you as the branch. Here we go. Cannot bear fruit. What I told you the branch do, I told y'all earlier. The Ruach did it earlier. The Ruach told you that the branch is where the fruit springs forth from, and the branch supports the fruit. Tightly jointly fitted together. So if there's any break in the tree, then it cannot produce that fruit. This biblical fruit. Listen to the book. Listen to the book. Abide in me and I in you as the branch cannot do what? So even the Bible tells you what the branch do. The Bible tells you that the branch brings forth fruit of itself. Except it abide in the vine, no more can ye except ye abide in me. I am the Word. Because we know the vine is the Word. I am the Word. Ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, the what? The root. And I and him, the same bring forth much fruit, for without me you can do nothing. Listen, if you go look at the whole process of childbirthing, the whole scenario looks like a tree. It do. That seed goes in and it dies. When that seed hit that egg, it died. It died. That's how it brings, the sperm have to die. The egg have to die to bring forth the life. Then you start forming a root system. Yeah. Then a trunk system, stemming out. And then it comes out, then it starts to branch out. Yeah. And then once it branches out, it has a crown, a head. That's the whole formation of a child. Yeah. In in the woman's womb, stomach, in the woman where the stomach, whatever you want to call it. That's the whole birthing system. There is nothing outside of creation that is outside of mankind.
That's right.
Y'all making up the devil. Y'all serving the devil. Y'all giving the devil praise. Y'all giving the devil worship. Every time y'all say the devil's name. Only thing I know is good and evil. I don't know nothing else. I see a whole bunch of evil people, and I see a whole bunch of good people. That's all I see. Never seen the devil. Never seen the devil. But I have seen evil men and evil women. I have seen good men and good women. That I have seen. Now, if y'all want to have all this stuff in y'all way, cluttering up your mind, instead of having a straight shot, because the Bible says that the veil was torn from the top to the bottom, so that we could approach the throne of Yahweh boldly. That we didn't need to go through certain things like we did in the first writings. You understand me? It was certain things that did not need to be done, because they were doing a lot of superstitious stuff. They was doing, for one, they were doing indulgences. They were doing with the bones. They talking about they were selling the apostles' bones, and they was doing purgatory. So there was a lot of stuff going on back then in the second writings. Because remember, you had that Roman Catholic, that universal church. You had that universal, that Roman universal church that they was building, that they was putting in effect. So we understand that it was a word that came to Eve, a thought. It was a thought. That serpent, it wiggled right on up. It wiggled right on up your head. It wiggled right on up to the thought process of her, which caused a debate. You know the same way stuff do you. Same way you see people do stuff and you be like, should I do that? Should I? Or should I not do that? No, I don't think that's not right. Who you had that conversation with? You and the devil? Or with you? I used to do me, myself, and I, YaHWeH, me is the thinker and self is the doer. Me, myself, and I is YaHWeH. Me is the thinker. Self is the doer. So the me was always affected, and when me got affected, he started giving commandments to self, which is the doer. I used to do, it's a lot of things that I used to do, but I don't bother those things. I don't like to bother with them no more, because people still be talking about the devil instead of dealing with self. Nothing exists outside of mankind. Let's do this too. Let's do this. Let us look at Genesis. Go back to Genesis. Go back to Genesis. And Genesis 1. And 28. And YaHWeH blessed them, and YaHWeH said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it. And have what? Dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon earth. It never said that you were supposed to have dominion over another man. It never said you were supposed to have dominion over another man's spirit. You can't have dominion over nobody's spirit. That's not of Yah. Now, a person that reads scripture and understands their role as a man and you understand your role as a woman, that's something different. Because there's the way a woman's supposed to be to a man and a man to a woman. And if you don't like some of those roles, then I would suggest that some of y'all don't get married. Some of y'all got ministries that are so strong, you don't need a husband. You just need to do ministry. Because you're going to struggle your whole entire life. There are some of you men that what you call to do is so strong, you don't need a wife. You don't need a wife. Because what you're called to do is so strong. To only you can under, inner, and overstand what it is that you're called to do. YaHWeH gave us dominion. So if YaHWeH gave me dominion, you think I worry about a witch? You think I worry about a witch? YaHWeH more powerful than witchcraft. YaHWeH more powerful than sorcery. YaHWeH more powerful than black magic. What y'all need to be asking yourself, how did this stuff come into the world? That's what you need to start asking yourself. How in the world did witchcraft come into the world? How in the world did sorcery come into the world? Well, why would YaHWeH allow something? Because y'all got free will, that's why. Y'all got free will. Can't you run a mile if you want to? Can't you not run a mile if you don't want to? Can't you go to work if you want to? Can't you live up on the bridge if you want to? Can't you OD off dope if you want to? It's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do that you can do if you want to. Listen, YaHWeH, he is the YaHWeH of prevention. He never intended to be the YaHWeH of intervention. YaHWeH did never intend to intervene on our lives. He gave us his book. He gave us his commandments. He gave us his feast days and salvation plan. And YaHWeH's like, they good. They can follow this and they can make it on back home to the king. Each and every last one of them. No matter what race, color, creed they are. If they listen to the book, they can make it back. Which make it back. See, it's a lot of words that I have problems with because this is not my reality. My reality is eternal life. Yes, I'm going through a realistic phase, but this is not my reality, people. Maybe this is your reality with all the pain you got going on in your body. Because my Bible tells me that I'm going to go somewhere where there's no more pain, there's no more suffering, there's no more gnashing of teeth, there's no more crying. So how could this be my reality? All the pain and all the suffering, all the learning and all the pain and the suffering that I done went through, it done come by the hand of mankind. Either something mankind have perverted, because he ain't created nothing. Only thing he done did is perverted YaHWeH's creation. You ain't made nothing when you made cocaine and heroin. You just took them plants and perverted them. You took the act of reproduction and perverted it. You took love and perverted it. You used love to play on people's emotions and play on people's their psychological mind. You use love for somebody to rise in love with you. And the problem with falling in love, most of y'all ain't got nobody to catch you. You find them falling by yourself. But they use love, you understand me? Through perversion. To take you and to tie you up and to have 2, 3, 4, 5 women that you're engaging in sexual intercourse. the perversion, the perverting of what is holy and set apart. That's why YaHWeH said, I gave y'all dominion over perversion. I gave y'all dominion over fornication, adultery. I gave y'all dominion over drugs. I gave y'all dominion over lying, killing, stealing, disrespecting parents. I gave y'all dominion over false deities. Chicks. We got to rebirth. We got to go through a rebirthing process. And the first rebirthing process we have to go through, a lot of us, is what we saw, heard, and what was done to us, and what we learned, a lot of it, from our parents, our first teachers. Are your aunties, are your sisters, are your brothers, are your cousins, whoever you was around. We must learn to eat the meat, the positive, and spit out the bones, the negative. Turn that negative into a positive. Let us look at Ezekiel 20, chapter 20. Now I'm going to let the Bible say what the Ruach gave me to say today. Verse 20. Chapter 20. Sleeper. Verse 18. But I said unto their children in the wilderness, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgments. Because our fathers and our mothers, they had a judgment, they had a check and balance system, which we are turned over to our mother and father's judgment. That's how some children are abused. Because they are up under the authority and they are up under the judgment system of their parents. Unless someone steps in and take them like the state or family member. So now they're up under this judgment. They're getting beat. They're getting starved. There's no food. There's no water. There's abuse. There's mental. There's physical. And it's bad because that child does really not know anything about spirituality. But the thing that I see that YaHWeH gave a child is you can whoop a child, and 15 minutes later that child will be smiling and laughing again. Somebody whoop you, you're going to keep a frown on your face, you kill them or they die. The difference between an adult and a child. That's why certain things can happen to a child and can't happen to an adult. Some adults will lose their mind. Listen to the book. Listen to the book. But I said unto their children in the wilderness, in the wild, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgments, nor defile yourselves with their idols. So I'm not defiling myself with no Christianity. And this is another thing too I'm finna deal with too about this Christianity thing. I hear a lot of Hebrews, or whatever they call themselves, saying that the word Jesus is okay, and Lord, the word Lord is okay. Well, if Lord, Jesus, Jehovah, if all those words are okay, then why y'all trying to get them to come over here?
Right.
For what? You confusing the people. And I saw an interaction yesterday with a dude that's in the church and a dude that's a so-called so-called Hebrew. I think he may be whatever he is. But they were talking about the church and talking about Israel, but the interaction was odd to me because it should have never have been an interaction. Because YaHWeH word stands alone. It don't need my help. I don't have to explain the church in Israel. Because the Bible, if you know anything about the entire Bible, then you know that it is Israel. And everybody must come into Israel, not the Hebrews. See, the problem is they're calling Israel the church. That's what the problem is. When you get in Christianity, they've taken Israel and made it the church. They turned it into the church. They turned it into the church. They're trying to make it one body. But even when you go through your second writings, you're going to still see them saying Israel, 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 Israel. So I really don't understand a man who teaches people that once you come into the name, it's all right for you to keep using a name that's only 500 years old. 400-year-old name. It's okay. Who made you an authority to say that a 500-year-old name is okay? No, the only name that's okay is according to Acts 3 and 14. There's only one name that has been given unto men whereby men shall be saved. Now, if they're acting out of Psalms 44 and 20, let me see. Let's do Psalm 44 and 20. Keep Ezekiel, Psalm 44 and 20. Let's read it. You must be able to maneuver between the hashes. Listen, if we have forgotten the name, listen to what it says. If we have forgotten the name of our G-O-D. So right here, read it backwards. God, our of, name, the forgotten. Name, the forgotten. Name, the forgotten. God, name the forgotten, have we if we have forgotten the name of our God. So we see in the scripture that God is not a name. Right. Okay? So why would I teach people to pray to God? Why would I teach people to pray to Jesus and say it's okay, it's the equivalent is the same? Why should I teach that? As a Hebrew. I ain't talking about somebody that ain't conscious. Why should a conscious man? Why? Because they torn between church and culture. They're trying to do too much. They're trying to do too much. Listen, either you bring people in, but stop making hybrids. Stop making people hybrid. Because the Bible says you cannot be lukewarm. Y'all making lukewarm people. It says, if you come before me lukewarm, I'm going to spew you out. Yeah. You either going to know culture or you're not going to know culture. Let's read the verse. 44 and 20. If we have forgotten the name, YaHWeH, our source, our power, or stretched out our hands to a strange deity, a strange source, a strange power, shall not YaHWeH. Now you got to say YaHWeH because you can't say God, because now you got to go over to 68 and 4 of Psalms and get the name. Shall not YaHWeH search this out, for he knoweth the secrets of the heart. Stop confusing the people. Be disciplined enough to stand on the name of YaHWeH, Yeshua, Allaham, Elohim, Elohim, whatever y'all doing. Whatever you're doing. Stop denying our Abba. Stop it. if they not calling them Yahweh, why you going back to calling them God? That's stupid. If they not calling them Yeshua, why you using Yeshua and Jesus? See, they got more discipline than a lot of you Hebrews do. Because they not using, I bet you when they come out of the church, they'll stop saying Jesus and they'll start saying Yeshua. They'll stop saying God and they'll start saying Yahweh. But you who are wise in your own wisdoms and think that it's your call to win souls. Ain't your call to win souls. That's what this whole message is about. My call is to plant seed. And once I plant seed, it began to grow with a root, stem, trunk, branch, leaves, fruit, produce. I'm not on a sacred name move, but I'm on understanding this Bible, this book, this information that's in this book. Y'all confusing the people. I'm going to tell y'all why. Since y'all can't think outside America, let's go to Egypt. When we go to Egypt, we start saying, oh Lord. Let's go to Greek. To them, Lord is bad. In that region. In that portion. If we go to Egypt and we say, oh, Aman, then they're going to be saying, oh yeah, Aman Ra. Amun. Their deity. Stop thinking just because you're in America, you can form your opinions in America. If you start going to some of these other regions and you start saying some of these names out of your mouth, you're going to be surprised. This ain't the only place that exists. And some of y'all been in the military and been around the world. I don't even understand why y'all even playing with this. If they don't know, they don't know. I just read you the verse. But once you come into knowing, that's like me finding out as a grown man that another grown man, they call him Chain Gang. Now everybody call him Chain Gang, but once I find out his name, I'm either going to call him Ronald, but I ain't going to call him Chain Gang. I don't care what everybody else call him. I'm going to call him Ronald. I'm going to call him Malik. I'm going to call him Baruch. I'm going to call him whatever his name is, but I'm not going to call him that foolishness. Because I call him that in ignorance. Listen, pastors that's teaching this, you call on God in ignorance. You call on the Lord in ignorance, and you call on Jesus in ignorance. That was part of your transition. That was part of your anger. And I ain't even dealing with Zeus. Is it Zeus or this? I'm dealing with what the book said. Call him by his name. That book, it didn't say right there, call him by whatever y'all have come up with 500 years from now. Let's turn back to Ezekiel. Ezekiel 20 and 18. See, we got to undergo. See, people, even the leaders are not willing to undergo being reborn. They're not reborn. They straddling the fence. They straddling the fence. Listen, I can take a pastor who don't know the truth, saying Jesus and God. There's somebody who in the truth and saying Jesus and God. Yeah. I can't accept the one who in the truth saying Jesus and God. I can't accept them. But the one that don't know, I can accept them, because I promise you, when these people over here that's been in the church, when I have given them the name and the evidence, they only use Yeshua and Yahweh. Elohim. That's all they use. But you done got so smart, you done did so much research now, till you done outslick yourself. You know, God doggone well, when you first came out of Christianity, one of the things that drew you was the name. Now you done got so smart, and you got members now that's part of the church. So now you got to try to find a way. If you take one step back, Yahweh will catapult you forward. Look, I took one step back, cleared house in this place. Now listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Before I took the one step back, I had the people in this place of Christianity. Oh, I had the truth. I knew the truth. And I struggled with the bills. Listen, when there was people in here, I struggled with the rent. I struggled with the light bill. But when I took the step back and I came to YaHWeH and cleared it out, and YaHWeH said, I'd rather have it empty and pay the bills than to have it full and you not bring forth what you know. And ever since I cleared this place, YaHWeH done put this place ahead. And I'm not going to tell how far, but he had put this place way ahead. So believe when you sow in this place, you are sowing into YaHWeH, not me. You're not helping me keep this place open. Because if it be up to me, this place will close. It's YaHWeH's job to keep the place open. I do my part. I work. I do stuff. I do my part. But with this place having very few people in it, the bills have never been paid in advance as they are paid this day, this year. YaHWeH catapulted me forward. It was strange. And when I had all them people, I stayed. People ran me crazy, y'all. They didn't know how to deal with this, don't know how to do with that. You got to do this. People fighting in the ministry, arguing in the ministry, titles in the ministry, and I want to do it. Oh, I'm getting called. It's a call on my life. And I done seen this. I done seen over 50 people leave this place saying they had a call in their life and ain't none of them doing nothing in ministry right now today. Well, I wonder what happened to the call. What happened to the call? No, that thought creeped up on them. Because he made it look easy. Because I had another type of anointing. I was in the truth. I was in the truth under deep cover. Because I was always bringing them into Yeshua first. I would bring them into Yeshua. And then I would say YaHWeH. Then I would say YaHWeH, bring them in. And then it got to be just too much. And YaHWeH cleared this place 2 or 3 times. Cleared it out. Because I'm going to do what YaHWeH say do. I don't care. I don't care because you walking around here and you still talking about, after I done got on the corner and I done taught you over and over again, you still using that word, you want research. That's you operating ignorance, not me. That's not me. And I don't fight the battles that you fight on social media. I see them fighting battles on social media. I don't fight battles. Go on my timeline and see how many battles I fight. I don't fight battles on my posts, on my timeline. But you ain't finna come, you ain't coming against nothing. You gonna come against this word, but you're not coming against me. No. I don't fight them. I don't fight. Listen, YaHWeH say he'll fight for me, so I let YaHWeH fight for me. Listen, like I told y'all, I was gonna go around there where they hang at, 10, 15 deep. They hang around there all night long, trashing up the place, smoking, drinking, pissing, whatever they doing. YaHWeH woke me up 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I wasn't gonna go. But YaHWeH woke me up and he said, you said you was going around there. So I wound up going around at 3 o'clock in the morning with YaHWeH as my protector and YaHWeH as my shield. And as soon as they saw me, what, we too loud? We too loud. Now it was 3:24 in the morning. See, I'm telling y'all, listen, I'm telling y'all what goes on behind the scenes with this house, with this seat of Yah, with this house of prayer. YaHWeH getting his work done. I don't just work on social media. I work on the ground. I'm my feet on the ground. I ain't just no keyboard or no social media Hebrew. Come on. So now you know the next thing YaHWeH told me to do? Start waking up about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and go around there and pray for them. Go and pray with them. Now guess what? I'm finna run them away. I didn't need to be hostile with them. I didn't need to cuss them out. I told them, I said, look, I need for y'all. Because I'm talking to the grown, I need for y'all to clean this up. It's smelling like pee by that car. You got trash everywhere. It's a lady got a building right there. They paid money to be there. She just like you. She one of your sisters. Is it fair? Oh, no, it ain't fair. It ain't fair. It ain't fair, Pastor. It ain't fair, Pastor. It ain't fair. Well, I got you. We gonna clean up. Gave him a little bit of word, and then I left. I came back. But I'm gonna continue to go around there. Yeah, they drugs, yeah, they got guns, yeah, they got all that there. But I walk in y'all. And that's where some of us need to be. I got a pass to go out there. I got a pass to go. That ain't for everybody to do. I already know that's not for everybody to do. But I'm just giving y'all a little insight on this ministry. I'm not just in this pulpit spitting out this, I'm outside this building. Now say what you want to say about me. Say what you want to say about my wife. But I tell y'all what, we in the community. We doing stuff in the community. What can be done? Because the people won't let you, they won't let you do a lot of stuff for them. Listen to the book. Come on, let me get ready to close. Get out of here. Ezekiel 20:18, verse 19. I am Yahweh your Arbor, walk in my statutes and keep my judgments and do them. Now, the only way that I could walk in his statutes and judgment, I had to unlearn some of the stuff I learned from my mom and daddy teaching me. See, your mom and daddy didn't understand that they was teaching you stuff. They didn't understand about them smoking and drinking and talking and doing stuff. They didn't understand that they was teaching you that mannerism. They didn't understand that. Go to your room. But when you went in your room, you could smell the reefer at night. Or if you woke up in the morning, you saw the liquor bottles. You saw the party. You saw the evidence of what all the noise was while you was in your room. Y'all don't hear me? Listen to me. And this is for who it's for. But if you was taught outside of covenant, with portions of the covenant, because Yahweh say that light is in every man that cometh into the world. Listen to the book. I am Yahweh your Arbor, walk in my statutes and keep my judgments and do them. And hallow my Sabbaths, and they shall be a sign between me and you, that you may know that I am Yahweh your ruler, your judge, your source, your power. Notwithstanding the children rebelled against me, they walked not in my statutes, neither kept my judgment to do them, which if a man do, he should even live in them. They polluted my Sabbaths. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the wild, in the wilderness. And that's where we are right now, people. Y'all can't tell that's the wild? Y'all can't tell that's the wilderness? Y'all can't tell Yahweh pouring out his fury on us, Hebrews, knowingly Hebrews and unknowingly Hebrews? Let's look at Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 12. 16, verse 12. Now, because we are unwilling to study to show ourselves approved unto Yah, for a workman should not be ashamed, he shall rightly divide the word of truth. 2 Timothy 2 and 15. 16 says, shun profane and vain babblings, for they lead to more unrighteousness. 16 and 12. And ye have done worse than your forefathers. For behold, you walk everyone after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hear from it. There's no way in the world these people should have been able to put Satanism in our schools. There's no way with us being the majority that they should have been able to take the Bibles out of the school. And there's no way with us being the majority in this country that they should have ever been able to establish same-sex marriage. There's no way. Because this is a democracy, not communist. So if it's democracy, then it had to be challenged as we the people. And boycotting is the greatest weapon that is known to mankind. Y'all marching and you ain't get nothing. Y'all march, but y'all ain't get nothing changed. Then y'all pick 1 or 2 days, oh, don't buy nothing out of Walmart. Don't buy nothing out of Target. Y'all know y'all sneaking in Target, sneaking back in Walmart. Instead of getting together and saying, look, we finna own our first Walmart. See, I ain't got nobody to work with. I done put this out here, the people around me, to men around me, pastors, they look at me like I'm crazy. But one day, it shall be done. I'm just the seed. Then there's a root going to be formed. And from the root, there's going to be a branch, a trunk. And from the trunk, there's going to be, from the root, there's going to be a trunk, a stem. And from the stem, there's going to be branches and leaves. And then there's going to be fruit produced. I don't have to see. See, I understand the role of an apostle, a prophet, or a Kohen, a priest. I might not see it done, but I know YaHWeH word cannot return to him void. So whether I see it or not, I got a smile on my face because I know this too shall pass. Yeah. My son might see it. My daughter might see it. Might be the head or might be leading. My grandson, my grandchildren, my granddaughters, my neighbor's grandchildren, my neighbor's granddaughters. We throwing away people. And y'all throwing away people because a lot of people are undercover cowards. A lot of people don't understand that they'd rather blame things on the devil than to pray for the enemy. They'd rather blame the devil than to pray for their enemy. And some of my prayers be that my enemy, because my enemy has such strong zeal, that will be a strong force for you, YaHWeH. If that vessel will be turned around with the zeal that I see that enemy has for darkness, for negative. If that enemy will be turned around for your positive, YaHWeH, that would be a great service under your kingdom. So I don't pray for the destruction of my enemy. I pray that my enemy come to know who our Heavenly Father is. I pray that they will be able to serve our Heavenly Father according to the laws and the statutes and the commandments of this book. So I pray for my enemy. I pray for those who despitefully use my name. And I pray with pain. And I pray with fervency, because it's one of the most complicated things I've ever done is to pray for somebody that have done me wrong. I have never done them wrong. To pray for somebody who have despitefully used my name, had lied on me, backstabbed me, talked about me, gave me evil for my good. That's one of the most difficult things that I did. But when I began to come in to be able to do it, I knew that I had died to death and I had been resurrected. I had risen from the mind and the mannerisms and the nature, the carnal nature of mankind. And I was entering into the Shamayim and the counsel and the divine nature of YaHWeH. Listen to the book. What verse we stopped on? Let me see where I was. Ezekiel 12:13. Therefore will I cast you out of the land. Oh, verse 12. Jeremiah 16:12. And you have done worse than your forefathers, for behold, you walk everyone after his imagination and his heart, and they may not listen unto me. And that's what I was saying. Ain't no way in the world they supposed to have been able to push same-sex marriage. Ain't no way in the world they supposed to have been able to push taking the Bible out of the schools. No way in the world with us being the majority. It's because we were not going to school board meetings. We don't go to school board meetings. We don't go to city council meetings. We won't change, but we won't go sit on the board. We won't go sit to where numbers matter and your vote and your voice matters. So they pass laws and do whatever they want to do around this country. And then you sit back and murmur and complain. Oh God, oh Jesus, oh Yahweh, oh YaHWeH. I'm covering everybody. I'm covering the church, and I'm covering the Hebrews. Hebrews just as bad. Talking about the government. Man, don't y'all know Yahweh established the government? And the only thing wrong with the government is the misuse of their authority and their power. Bible said that there's no power, there's no throne, there's no authority, there's nothing that was not established by y'all. Y'all make everything spooky and superstitious. Listen to the book. Therefore I will cast you out this land, verse 13, into a land that you know not, neither you nor your fathers, and there shall you serve deities day and night, where I will not show you favor.
Wow.
We got to be born. We got to go through a rebirthing for this favor. In order to change this demographic, in order to change this word, you have to be reborn. And then once you get reborn, then you come into a renewed covenant. You cannot have a renewed covenant without being reborn or rebirthing. See, people trying to go take that old raggedy carnal mind, that old raggedy carnal body, and read the Bible and talk about, see, it's the renewed covenant. No, you ain't part of the renewed covenant because you got to be rebirthed. If it's renewed, you got to be rebirthed. You got to go through a rebirthing process. And the rebirthing process is mentally. People around here teaching flesh, still teaching the 12 charts chapter. So what? About the 12 chart. So what? So what? I mean, the 12 will the 12 tribes of Israel lead you to salvation? No. Oh. Come on, let's look at the intro. Let's look at the intro in our closing. Let's look at the intro in the salvation. The intro in the salvation. Matthew 19 and 16. Let's listen to the book. Matthew 19 and 16. Listen to the book. 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? There's a question. Let's see in the second writings. And YaHWeH said, Why callest thou me good? There is only one good. There is none good but one. That is Yahweh. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. This is the introductory into your salvation. Keeping the commandments. This is you going through your, listen, the rebirthing process did not happen in one day. The rebirthing process did not happen if I dip you in a glass of water, if I dip you in a tub of water, if I pour oil on your head. The rebirthing process does not happen and start in one day. It is a process. Christianity will have you believe that you change and you come out the water. Now you're struggling smoking cigarettes. Now you're struggling with your sex partner because you're still committing adultery, you're still committing fornication. So now you start wondering where's the power and where's the authority. You still got the same friends, you still hanging in the same place, you still going to the same cookouts, you still going in the hood because you down by law. What's up? What's up, dude? You what's up, my man? You overdid, underdid, understand, overstand, understand, my man. Without foolishness. Listen to the book. Let us look at 22 and 37 of Matthew. I stopped wanting to be cool. I stopped wanting that. I never wanted it. It came with my territory. That's what people used to say. I was like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't understand what you're talking about. Listen to the book. 37. Yeshua said unto them, thou shalt love YaHWeH, thou art with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, most important. And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. Now I'm going to tell you how ignorant some people is. And some people even teach this in Christianity. They see, it's only two commandments now. Ignorant is not, I didn't call it because they unlearned. There's not two. There's 10. But they are categorized as spiritual, carnal. They are categorized as commandments concerning Yah. There are 4 commandments concerning Yah, and there are 6 commandments concerning man. So they are categorized as one to a higher power and one to a lesser being. 4 to your higher power, 6 to your lesser being, which is us in these carbon bodies. Let us turn, because we got to come in. We got to come in the salvation. Our salvation is through the commandments. Look at Deuteronomy. I'm just going to show it to you. Look at Deuteronomy. Then I'm going to move, because I'm right at 2 hours. And that's too long. That's too long to be teaching. Deuteronomy 5, too long for me to be teaching. Deuteronomy 5, chapter 7. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verses 7 through 15. Those are the 4 laws. Those are the 4 commandments. How YaHWeH teaches you how to love him. You ain't got to think about it. You ain't got to figure out how to please y'all, how to love him. Yeah. These first 4. This is the greatest of all the commandments. This one is 4 underneath the 1. And the second is just as great. It is like unto the first, which would be the second commandment will be chapter 5 of Deuteronomy, verses 16 through 21 for your reading. So yes, there are 2 commandments. There is a commandment concerning Yah, which is 4. And there is a commandment concerning man, which is 6. So it still remains that there are 10 commandments. And this is the rebirthing process of YaHWeH. A lot of you know that we have Yom Teruah coming up, wrongly called Rosh Hashanah, which is head of the new year. No, this is Yom Teruah. Day Yom is day. Teruah, shout. Teruah, blowing, blast. Shout or blast. Day of the blast. Day of the trumpet blast, which we will be observing it sundown September the 8th. On the new moon. Not the crescent, but the new moon. So we will be observing it on the 8th at sundown, which will be the 9th. September the 8th, sundown. Turn to Leviticus 23, since we're over here. Let's read it. Leviticus 23, and yeah, Leviticus 23. Gotta do that. This is what the book says. Speaking to the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first day of the 7th month, you shall have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, Yom Teruah, a holy convocation. You shall do no severe work therein, but you shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. I will be doing that for everybody that we walk together. For everybody that we walk together in this ministry. For this is Yahweh's ministry. It's not my house. For us that walk together, I will be sitting up. I don't care what they say. Y'all gonna burn up barbecue, because some of y'all gonna get drunk and leave your meat on the grill, and y'all gonna burn that meat up to a cinder. You're gonna burn that meat up to coal. So you can burn the meat up for yourself, but you can't burn it up for your creator. I'm burning it up for my creator. I'm going to get some of the prettiest lamb I can find. I'm a hand-picked lamb with no blemish. Not no whole, not no real lamb, y'all now. I'm going to get cuts now. I don't have no lamb like that. You shall do no, listen, verse as 26. And Yahweh spoke unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day, this is Yom what? Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement. This is the salvation plan. Listen, this is a rehearsal. The Bible says, rehearse ye these things. This is over there, I think, keys or prompter. This is a rehearsal for what is coming. In our salvation plan, we are still at the foot of Mount Sinai of the receiving of the Torah. Because our last feast day was what? Shavuot was the receiving of the what? Of the commandment, the Torah. Now we're at this. In history, in creation, we're walking out the salvation plan. Isn't that beautiful? The next thing that we'll see, it'll be happening on earth. It'll be happening on earth. It already done happened. We had Pesach coming out of Egypt. We had unleavened bread for 7 days. We had first fruits. Justification, purification, glorification. And we're moving. Listen to the book. Also, on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you, and you shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. And you shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before your Creator. Now, y'all do what y'all want to do with the information. Y'all can say that somebody died on the cross for y'all and took that away. I don't see that. I don't see nowhere where that was taken. I don't see that there. I don't see it. I don't see it in the scripture. But y'all, you can do what you want to do. So let's look at 23 and 33. Let's look at what's going to happen on the 22nd September. Because it come quick. Let's look at 22. Let's look at 23 and 33. Listen. I need to just read on. Let me go back. I'm going to read from 28. For whosoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in the same day, he should be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that dwelleth any work, that doeth any work in the same day, he shall the same soul will I destroy from among his people. And the only reason we not destroy from among people because he scattered us. We've been scattered. And see, listen, he already did this to us. Listen what he says. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in the same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. We've been cut off from among our people. We don't know who we are. We fighting and killing each other. This is our reality. You understand me? This is real. This right here. We've been separated from our people. We don't know what tribe we from. We don't know our culture. We don't know nothing about ourselves. Nothing. This is fulfilled prophecy. Listen to the book. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the soul will be destroyed from among his people. Are we a people? No, we're not a people. Y'all calling yourself Americans. Oh no, African Americans, Afro Americans. It's amazing how y'all got to say America. It's amazing how you say Hebrew, but when you say Hebrew, we don't have no land. Because when you say China, Chinese, you got China. When you say Britain, British, you got Britain. When you say America, you have Americans. But when you say Hebrew, you don't have you don't have land. You don't have your own place. Why is that? Why is that? Stop trying to be like the nations. The reason why when you say Eberith, the reason why when you say Eberith, which they call it Hebrew now, the reason why you don't have a land, because you are Yahweh's people, and the earth is Yahweh's and the fullness thereof. He didn't mean for you to have just little old Israel. He meant for you to have everywhere you tread your feet. Yahweh will give it to us. And when I say give it to us, it's not giving it to us, but it will be a place with the people of praise in that place, praising Yahweh and teaching people the ways and teaching people the laws, the statutes, and the feast days of Yahweh. That's what he meant by I will give you the land. Not for us to live, but for us to go to all four corners of the earth, that we would teach people the laws and the statutes and the commandments of Yahweh. That's why Yahweh don't let y'all have a little geographical place. Because secondly, we were supposed to be a nation of priests. And if you know anything about the nation of priests, they have no inheritance in the land. Yahweh is their inheritance. See, we miss so much. We forget so much. Lest ye forget from whence you came. I understand why we don't have nowhere called Japan, because we Japanese. Because we have no inheritance. Our inheritance is Yahweh. That's why he came to us, because we are the people of the book. Listen to the book. Let's get out of here. Let's find a way out. Okay. Verse 31. You shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and you shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at evening, from evening to evening. Shall you celebrate your Sabbath? Yom Teruah, Feast of Trumpets. Feast of Booths, Feast of Tabernacles, Ingathering. Speak unto the children, listen, verse 33. And Yahweh spoke unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Booths, Ingathering, the Feast of Tabernacles, For 7 days under Yahweh. On the first day should be a holy convocation. You should do some real work. 7 days. Y'all read the rest of that there. I got to get out of here. Listen, this is the salvation plan for Yahweh, for mankind. Right here. This has to be walked out, people. This ain't nothing you talk about. This ain't nothing you debate about. This got to be lived out. You got to live this. This ain't nothing to debate. You got to live. There has to be evidence. There has to be evidence. There has to be evidence of this in your life. So when y'all read this, y'all understand I'm going to be getting back more on Yom Teruah, Yom Kippur, Feast of Tabernacles, Feast of Trumpets. I'm going to be getting back more and more on that. But just remember, overstanding the birthing process of Yahweh. Listen, seed must die. It's jointly and tightly fitted together. It is a process that does not happen overnight. Understand that you must unlearn the things that happened to you, the things that you went through, the things you heard and saw as a child. You must unlearn those things. If those things are affecting you in a negative way, and the sad part about it is we don't know that we're being affected by these things psychologically as adults. We don't know it. So we walk around with this stigma, with this thing attached to us, and we're walking around and unbeknownst thinking that we're perfectly fine, but we don't know that the remnant of this thing is still all over us. That's the sad part. So that's where y'all come in with the devil. Because I told y'all, good and evil is all. And the thought came to the woman, and the thought came to a man. The thought that came to the woman gave the thought to the man. So in that case, she could be the serpent too. Because that's how y'all do. Well, that's the nature. The nature of the devil is to deceive. So, no, we say they're the devil because the devil deceives. He's cunning. Okay, all right, well, okay. But that's what y'all want to do with that, do that. But I minimize all that there. It's Yahweh, Yeshua, Abba, Father, and that's it. Source power, I understand that. Elohim, Elohim, whatever, Allaham, whatever you want to do with it, but that's all good. We want to thank you for allowing us to come through your eyes and through your ears, and we want to thank you for allowing Yahweh to come into your homes by way of computer, by way of smartphone, however, because we find it not light or not slack that you would sit and you would listen to the word of Yahweh when there are so many people that are bringing forth so many different doctrines and so many different thoughts and so many different revelations. So we want to thank you for letting Yahweh your eyes and your ears on this Yom. And we say unto you, Shabbat Shiva Yom Shalom, Shabbat Shiva Yom Shalom, and you should teach one and reach one the 10 Commandments. That is the introduction to the salvation plan of Yahweh.
And this is what Moshe said unto the children of Israel. Yevirka Yahweh Vishmirka, Yair Yahweh Panav Ileka, Vikuneka, Yisa Yahweh Panav Ileka, Visam Lakeshuro, Visamiyut Eshmi Yahweh, Avini Yisrael, Vianet Averka. May Yahweh bless and keep you, may Yahweh face shine upon you, be gracious to you. May Yahweh lift up his countenance upon you and grant you peace. And they shall put my name, Yahweh, upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.